top 3 mistakes all entrepreneurs need to avoid. There are a ton of mistakes that we do when we try to create a movement and make sure that those guys follow us and buy from us again and again. There are a ton of mistakes that people do, and I want to share them with you so you don't do them down the road. Let me share with you what those are. Number one, not knowing customers enough. That's one of the things I always go back to because people don't know their customers enough. Business owners and entrepreneurs think they are selling to somebody. They are selling to, okay, yes, I'm selling to business owners. No, you need to have a perfect biography of the person that you are selling to. The more you know them, the more you understand how you can talk to them, where they are, what they are looking for, what's the end results they really want. You have to understand your customers like if it was you. You have to be able to be in their head while they're watching your hand. You have to be able to be in their head. Let me get you back to the second mistakes that people are doing. I already just talked about that just a bit before, but selling in a red ocean. The red ocean, if you didn't hear the term already, is a place where people have already set it up and sold a lot of things. Let's say you're trying to go into the online advertising world. You're a new marketing agency. You're like, yeah, man, I want to sell some advertising services. I want to be the best of that niche. Well, there are a lot of people that are already established in there. So you're really going to struggle to take all the customers from that space. So what I advise you to do, and that's what I talked about previously, is repossession. Okay, what niche can you create? What aspect, angle can you talk about? And which way can you attack it? So you're the only one that can talk it through that way. And there you have what we call the blue ocean, where nobody went in and the waters are blue and beautiful. And you are the person that's going to make them red with blood because you're going to make a ton of activity. And that's the way you should do it. So always try to look at an angle which would be a blue ocean, somebody never went into. Option number 3, mistake number 3. Let me get you back on the screen again. Selling an improvement offer. What do I mean by an improvement offer? You see those guys that always try to see like, hey, look at why it's better. And you're like, yeah, I know, but you never buy them quite often. Oftentimes, you know what I mean? But you always have those guys, those annoying guys that you may see on, on social media that say, this is the new way. Nobody talked about it. All of a sudden, of course, they are doing other things wrong because you maybe didn't buy from their products. Maybe you did, but one of the things they are doing great is that they are not trying to sell you something better. They are selling you something new. Because what if I try to sell you something that's better from something else? You're going to have some past things, past decisions that are in your head that you did in the past and that you're like, like I already did that. It didn't quite work. So I understand it's better, but I already have bad experiences. You understand? If you're selling something new, all of a sudden those things aren't there and they will have less friction in their head into getting to work with you. That's a great way to put it out. And because you guys know that I always like to share a little bonus tip at the end of this list, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to share with you that the biggest mistake that people don't do is that they don't build a movement. As I told you, looping around, going back to the beginning of the show where we talked about, hey, the fact that you guys need to be creating a movement. You have to differentiate yourself and not selling a product, but selling an end result, selling a product, an end result, something that you guys are going with your customers. You are helping them along their journey and you are the guide. You are the expert that's guiding them. So you should take that angle instead of trying to sell a product. That's the best way you guys can grow, because when you do that, what's going to really happen when you'll be able to do that, when you sell a product, you're going to be extremely different. So that's something that's good. Next thing that is great as well is that you guys will be creating that movement in the back end. And whenever the time comes, man, you're going to be able to see that, wow, I helped all those people and I really changed their lives. So you got to become an expert in being able to guide people through their journey to get them to the end results that they really want.